Today we are doing another installment of our little celebrity gossip, little celebrity news 101 series that we've done. I think this is the third one that I've done. And they're always really fun. It's basically just what's new in pop culture. Whether you care about pop culture or not, it is just an excuse to do some pure whisper rambling. And I know that that's kind of like you guys' favorite type of video that I do. So, I try to pick celebrities and well-known people that I actually have interest in. I'm not like the biggest pop culture girly out there. I'm like aware, but I'm not always in the know, always the first to know about things, but I'm somewhat aware. So I'm probably going to put them in the thumbnail so you can probably see who I'm gonna talk about, but in case I don't, which I'm sure I will, but in case I don't, we're gonna be talking about Taylor Lautner and his newfound or rekindled friendship with Taylor Swift. We're going to talk about Ariana Grande and her new boyfriend and the tea surrounding that. And then we're going to be talking about Angus Cloud, who has recently passed away. Those are the three main celebrity figures that we are going to talk about. So, let's start with Taylor Lautner. So, I saw an interview, or it was actually a podcast episode, where Taylor did actually say that his last name is pronounced Lautner and not Lautner, as we all grew up calling him. He said that he just never bothered to correct people, but that it is in fact Lautner. So I'm trying to get into the habit of saying it correctly. If you don't know who Taylor Lautner is, he's well known, or most known, for playing Jacob Black in the Twilight Saga series. So I grew up with him in those movies, and he was like teen heartthrob. He had like an 8-pack by the time he was like 17. Very, very good looking man, especially when he was younger. But he was also in Cheaper by the Dozen too, which I loved. He is Shark Boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I'm sure most of you know who I am talking about. But if you did not know, we're going to talk about who he's married to in a second. I actually love her. But if you didn't know, back in 2009, we're going way back. In 2009, Taylor had a brief relationship with Taylor Swift, and they met on the set of the movie Valentine's Day, which was that it was like a rom-com, but it had every celebrity you could think of in the movie at the time, and so that's where they met, and they had a brief relationship, and he actually inspired the song Back to December. That's from the album Speak Now. I don't know really much about Taylor Swift, so I have to look at the notes. I have actually to this day never heard that song, but for the purposes of today's video, I did look up the lyrics, and a lot of her songs about men, because she's well known for writing about her exes, are very blaming them for things. At least I think. Again, not really a Swiftie, so I don't really know. But that's what I thought going into looking at the lyrics. But then I started reading them, and it was very much about she knew she lost a good one, and she would go back in time to fix it. And I was like, oh, okay, so Taylor Lautner's the one that got away. All right, got it. But anyway, so they have recently rekindled their friendship, and a couple of months ago, I think it was in March, at a concert in Kansas City, Taylor Swift debuted a music video to her song I Can See You, and Taylor Lautner was in it, as well as Joey King, who is another actress who I actually really like. So she showed the music video. Then they came out on stage, Joey King and Taylor Lautner, and they hugged. You know, the two Taylors hugged, and we're just like catching up. And he even like did some acrobatics and like backflips for the crowd, and it was really just like he was in it. And I feel like he isn't so much in the limelight anymore, so I love that for him, that he was like getting out there and like getting his time to shine again. And it was really nice to like see them rekindled, and they've grown and matured, because I don't think they had like a great relationship before, right? So it was very nice and refreshing to see that. And he is in the music video. I haven't seen the whole music video, but I've seen parts of it like on TikTok and stuff. But like, right, good for him. I'm very happy for him. And so now, funny enough, Taylor is actually married to another woman named Taylor. So he has a type. Her name was Taylor Dome. Now she is Taylor Lautner as well. I think she goes by Tay, because obviously that could get confusing. They have the same exact name. I actually like live for this girl. I really like her. I follow her on Instagram now. I follow her on TikTok. So she is a registered nurse. They were mutual friends through Taylor Lautner, male Taylor, through his sister, I think is how they met. And so she's a registered nurse. Now she is a media influencer, but not just like an influencer. Like, she has a social media presence. She has a podcast. She focuses a lot on like mental health. Like, she is doing some really good things. She's younger. I think she's my age, or around. I think she's my age, and I think he's like 32, 33, I think. Is that right? Or is he younger? I don't know. But they've been married for like 3 years, I want to say. And I've actually been following their podcast. It's called The Squeeze. And I've been getting into podcasts, but I watch them on YouTube because I like to have the video aspect. But you can just listen to it if you want. It's called The Squeeze. And like I said, they focus on a lot of mental health. And they talk to other like celebrities and well-known people. They've had Jenna and Val from Dancing with the Stars on. They've had Matt and Abby, who have their own podcast, and they're like famous on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. So they've been doing a lot of collabs, but like, I can tell that she is the brain behind the operation, and she's killing it. She's doing a really good job. You can tell that she has grounded him to where they are just like normal people. Like, you wouldn't think that that's a Taylor Lautner when you hear him speak now. He's just like an ordinary dude. And I don't know, I'm just really impressed with her. I really like her. I can tell she grounds him. They take care of each other. I don't know. I really like her. So yeah, their podcast is called The Squeeze, and I think it's really good. I would recommend it. So that is the Taylor Lautner update. So now let's talk about Miss Ariana Grande, shall we? Never been like the biggest fan of her either, but you know, of course we all know a good amount of her songs, and a lot of them are good. So I first of all, I could have sworn that she had a baby. I don't know where I got that from, but I was like thoroughly convinced that she had a baby. But all my friends were like, no, she didn't. Like, what are you talking about? So I guess I was wrong. I don't know where I got that, but I really thought she did. She was married. Was married. Separated now. I don't know if they're divorced, but anyway, she was married. But I hadn't really heard much from her. I know she did The Voice somewhat recently, like a year or two ago. But I didn't know much about what was going on in her life, and now she's working on Wicked, right? The musical. I know she did Hairspray Live, so she's done a couple things, but I haven't been super in the know with her. ridiculous. I feel like a couple, like maybe 2 months ago, I saw like a picture of her was circulating, and I think I saw it on TikTok, and it was a selfie, I think, and she looked very, like, she's always been a very skinny girl, and I don't like commenting on people's weight in any regard, but I'm saying it because this was the focal point of like the traction around this photo. She looked smaller than normal, very, very thin. She's always been pale, but just that specific picture was very, very pale. And she's blonde now too, so I think that makes her look a little more like pale, if you know what I mean. Anyway, fans were very concerned, and there were a lot of comments about like, oh my god, is she okay? Is she eating? What's wrong? Like, whatever. People thought she looked ill. And she, you know, came out and said, no, like, I'm good, like, I'm fine, whatever. So that was when she first kind of re-emerged for me. Now I'm sure we all know about her like boyfriend, her new boyfriend drama. So she is now dating a man named 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲, and they met on the set of this Wicked production. And the news of them, you know, that they were dating, that news broke out only a few days after she announced her separation from her husband, 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲, and less than a week after this Ethan man announced that he was separating from his wife, Lily J. So they both like got separated from their spouses and like came together, and it all kind of happened like at the same time. So people already were like, well, that's a little fishy, but okay. Also, the thing that's circulating that her boyfriend looks like her brother. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's so funny because when you put the two of them together, her new boyfriend absolutely looks just like her brother. It's so funny. But anyway, yes, so this news came out. People are calling him SpongeBob because he played SpongeBob on Broadway at one point. And I think he's snagged some Tony nominations too, which, I mean, good for him. But anyway, so yeah, Ariana Grande is dating SpongeBob. And apparently after the news came out, they kind of like didn't spend so much time together right away. They were in like different states. I think I read that he was out handling his divorce, and I don't know what she was doing, but sources apparently said that like on set they were not hiding the fact that they were into each other. They were all over each other, just like not hiding it, like didn't care. And so when the news came out and they were, you know, seen together in public and being all cuddly and whatever, apparently, again, this is all just what I read, so we don't know if this is true or not, but apparently people like close to them were like, hey, it's a little too soon to like go public and do all of this, like let's rein it in a little. So that could be why they kind of had that separation from each other. But here's the kicker. So obviously they were still married to their spouses when they started seeing each other, so already people are like, meh. The thing that gets me though, they were like, they went on double dates with their spouses and each other. Less than favorable. But according to sources, it was a quote that I read, it said they are definitely still together. Ariana and this SpongeBob man. So again, like less than favorable in my opinion. Like doing that for me is just, that's a big no-no, just me personally. But obviously nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes, and we are very lowly people in comparison to these celebrities, so we don't know what's going on in their lives. unhealthy marriages or toxic marriages, or just, I don't know. But I'm a big believer in like ending the relationship first and then dating somebody else, you know. You'd think that'd be common logic, but anyway. So that's the latest with that. So Ariana is happily dating SpongeBob. I shouldn't call him that. Ethan. And I hope that they're happy, and I hope that their spouses, ex-spouses, are okay. Okay. And the last main one I want to talk about is Angus Cloud. If you don't know who he was, he played Fez on HBO's Euphoria, and he played a very lovable drug dealer. And the story behind Angus and how he, you know, got into acting, from what I remember reading like 2 years ago when I was watching Euphoria, he was kind of like plucked off the street. He had no acting experience, and somebody was just kind of like, hey, I think you'd be perfect for this role. And apparently he was very much like his character in the show, so they just saw him and they were like, yep, you would be perfect. And he was actually really good in the show. Like, he played his character to a T. And unfortunately, Angus Cloud has passed away. I believe he passed away on July 31st. Yep, so very recent, like a little over a week ago. And as of right now, when I am filming this, the cause of his death is unknown. I do believe he was, from what I have read, again, take everything I say with a grain of salt, from what I've read, he did partake in drugs in real life as well. I don't know which ones, I don't know how heavy duty, I don't know. But anyway, so everyone's first thought was that it was intentional. And I think a lot of people went there first because actually his dad very recently passed away as well. And according to sources and articles that I've read, he took it very, 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 very hard. His dad had stage 4 cancer and just a lot of other medical conditions, and that is what he passed away from. And a week or less than a week after his dad was buried was when Angus died. And so he was just having a really hard time with it. So I think people thought that his passing was intentional. And apparently, and I should have said this in the beginning, I'm looking at my notes that I wrote down. So apparently his mom called 911 on him, reporting a, quote, possible overdose. So of course that is also going to lead people to think that it might have been intentional. But just recently, she has come out publicly and she has said, no, this was not intentional. She said she saw him the day before. She said that he was reorganizing his room, I believe his room in her house, and she said that he was planning to stay a while. And she said that she hugged him that day, and she said that he said, like, I love you, I'll see you tomorrow. And so she was like, no, he had no intention of doing that, you know, he said he'd see me tomorrow. It wasn't intentional. Whether that is hopeful thinking or whether that is true, or, you know, we may never know. They might just never release it, because who's to say that they have to, right? If his family wants to keep that under wraps. But she said that, you know, his last day was a joyful one. She said that he kind of just like went to sleep at his desk and never woke up, and that's kind of all we know. But she said that, you know, the one good thing that they can take away from this is that he's now with his dad. But very, very sad. He was so young, mid-20s. And you could tell that he was just like a very pure soul. Obviously, I've never met him, but it just in like interviews I've watched and like behind the scenes things, I don't know. It's just very, 4 days. 4 days. And so